Think for a second in the operations, how many classes have you seen? Right, you've seen all six of them, sure. But how many people have you seen running the heavy, the assault, vanguard, tactical, so on, bulwark especially? All of these are usually taken, but one isn't all the time. 9 times out of 10, the sniper isn't picked for some reason. But whenever I've found a handful of these guys on my team, they are always guys that could hold their own. I wanted to know, like, what is up with this, so I decided to finally give Sniper a go. As far as my Sniper loadout goes, the Las Fusil, I don't really know how to say this, I'm gonna be honest, but banger weapon. I recommend this above all the other ones, just personally. We only have the bolt pistol, so I go ahead and just get the ammo reserves one with a little bit of damage. Actually, no, sorry, I get the only damage one and accuracy one. I'm stupid. Combat knife, beautiful weapon. Already done a video on this thing, but it's actually all that a sniper needs in terms of melee. God, I love this thing. In terms of perks, now I don't have them all, obviously, not leveled up, but in the process of leveling still. There are a few in here that I would use if I get them, like this one. Hands down the best one out of this column, in my opinion, because it'll help you get your cloak back all the time, but I guess let's go in order. I use this very first one here for the chaos enemies. It's a lot easier to break through the little blue dudes that have the shields, right? With your pistol, it's easier to break through their actual block with it, but truth be told, I'd probably just use this one to go in tandem with another perk down the line. I use this perk right here, Vantage Point. Remaining stationary for 2 seconds will increase my primary weapon damage. 20% is nothing to scoff at, people, I'll tell you that. So, don't sleep on that. I don't have this perk yet for the Las, but once I get it, this is an obvious pick where killing more than one enemy with it, with one shot, which just colliding basically, will give it more charges. I think it just will give me ammo back essentially. I do have the team perk as headshot damage increase, but it's kind of a toss up between headshot kill restorability charge for by 10% for everybody, or just straight damage for everybody. Honestly, probably would prefer this in higher difficulties for taking out the beefier targets. Like I was saying, I'd rather have this perk renewal over. What is this one? Efficient readiness? Yeah, I mean, it's good, but it's just like, manually using camo or reload weapons. Like, that's cool. But only one of my guns has to reload, so this is kind of just here, like as a perk I have, because the other one isn't. Like, status effects, who honestly is affected by these as much as they want us to be? I don't know. But this perk right here. Guardian Protocol, probably the biggest perk on snipers. When you revive a squad member, it will cloak both of us for 5 seconds, it says, and its cooldown is 30 seconds. But, like, when the missions take as long as they do, 30 seconds is like nothing. I don't even care that this one gets me more damage for breaking camo, and I don't even care about melee attack after breaking camo. I care about the support, because this will help everybody on the team rather than just me. I have plenty of stuff for me on a sniper. It's good to be looking out for your team as well. And then I got this one, Persistence. If camo deactivates, you take 20% less health damage. Kind of just a safety net for the higher difficulties. Kind of like this one right here. But I don't know if I would use this one over it, where, like, whenever you deactivate camo, it should make enemies just kind of freak out, apparently, according to this description. Seems really good, but I don't know. This one is even kind of like a maybe, where if you break the camo, you remain hidden still, but I don't know. I feel like you get more mileage out of taking less damage when you come out of the cloak. I don't know. Could just be me. For a while, I was running the perfect time dodge gets you cloak automatically, but I decided to have it on this one instead, where whenever I almost die, essentially, where I would die, it will cloak me, make me invulnerable for 5 seconds, Probably the biggest safety net Sniper has, but I may need it for the higher difficulties. Haven't done Ruthless yet, so I'm planning for it right now. Sniper has many strong suits, but its main one obviously is its long range capabilities for sure, but the other thing about that is you can catch the reinforcement callers all the time. A lot of the sniper weapons are heavy hitters, so it doesn't take much to actually take things out. Some of this footage, my weapon was one level under it needed to be, unsubstantial. The weapon was still green, I'm pretty sure. But there's, for the most part, it's purple, like I showed you. And it still could hold its own because this thing does insane. There's a lot inside of the sniper's kit itself, too, that makes it so strong and invaluable on a team, almost irreplaceable at times, with the revive giving you both camo. Depending on how you both use it, the sniper himself can relocate, but if you're giving it to, say, a bulwark, he can get in behind enemy lines and push them from another side, making it a lot easier to just dispose of everything. But I will say, Sniper exceeds at single target damage for a good reason, but if you learn how to spread around your damage a bit, that's where you can really start getting some results here. Now, I forgot to talk about which LAS upgrades I'm using, but I spec purely into damage, so I'm still working with the base reserves on the ammo, and let me tell you, that can be kind of rough at times. That's why you have to really use your pistol a lot as a sniper. Funny enough, I feel like we should have a lot more pistol perks or something, because 90% of the time it feels like I'm using that thing to make sure I have the ammo for the big stuff that'll get you. Be wary though while you're using your scopes, because it's really easy to not see the dodge indicators, and you can easily get pounced on by like a Ravener, for example. I got lucky here and I noticed him before he could get me, and I was able to push him off, but that is something that has caught me because I'm so used to other weapons just always being in third person. You always see everything. The intel is insane. But let me tell you, three-shotting zoanthropes with that thing is insane. Being able to precisely spread damage around where you one-shot most of the big guys, well, I say big, but they're standard big guys, is just insane to me. This thing, this class, even, the LAS in this class are just like a match made in heaven, homie. Like, this shit is just baller. It doesn't get much better than this. And speaking of, I mean, you ever seen the motherfucking Predator, that movie? God, you go invisible like this guy all the goddamn time, and you actually get benefits for it. And half of the time, it will be the reason why your team survives the encounter. Because as you can see, I'm showing you, we're getting swarmed, even in what I would say is the easiest mission in the game. And the only reason we get out of this is because of camo on Sniper. It's absolutely insane the survivability you have when you use this stuff properly, but that's the important part is when to use it and how to use it. It is just irreplaceable on a team, like I'm saying. The really strong team I noticed was a Sniper, a Tactical, and a Vanguard, just a pure gun team, and that shit goes hard, okay? Try it if you haven't. It absolutely fucks. But anyway, as a sniper, you will be trying to help people a lot of the time too, and have to learn, like, yeah, I need to watch out for myself here and there too. The hardest part is actually reacting to it a lot of the time, because you'll see here, I go in to help homie out, and it looks clean, everything's fine. I love missing shots. Who doesn't? But instantly it's more chaotic back here than it was in front of me. You gotta really get used to fighting off all sorts of stuff as a sniper too, but thankfully with the LAS you can regen your health if you get the gray HP. It's just so much easier. It's like using a Melta and a plasma pistol, for example. whenever you have that, you are almost unstoppable if you know how to use this stuff right. And even though your teammates may not always be there, just know that you have an amazing melee to help fight off everything that tries to punch you and hurt you. It's okay. You can do this with a nice little knife here. The survivability can go so far, such as I had a match with a bulwark, okay? He told me to get the gene seed, unsubstantial, mind you. The bulwark, the guy that is all about surviving, he told me basically to come and get this because the survivability of having that camo on hand at all times is just, it's unmatched. And a lot of the time, as a sniper, like I was talking about earlier, you'll be using your pistol in the hordes. I mean, it's standard stuff, sure, but the main thing you gotta start getting used to is using your melta bombs too. You gotta start getting a little crafty with it. That's part of the fun of being a sniper is using some of the other stuff, the environmental barrels, you know, meltas, grenades, all this stuff to combine it all into this just like nice combos you can pull off and stuff. But it does take a while to get used to, I will say. I mean, I did say my playstyle is close range, but this is the kind of stuff I've been doing for a long time, of course. So it's just second nature to me to go right back into it. The problem with snipers trying to, not waste your ammo. Oh man, trying to really hit all of your shots. That's the main problem I imagine that people will have with snipers. Just not everybody can aim and hit a lot of their shots. Sometimes it's hard, even I'll admit it. And a lot of people probably don't like just having the knife as a melee. Because I get it. Chainsword is life. Chainsword is just a holy relic. My god, I love that thing. But the knife is something not to be slept on, I'm just saying. If we had a better pistol on Sniper, I mean, I like the normal bolt, but if we had the heavy one, that wouldn't hurt. That'd be kind of cool too. Heavy bolt pistol could do some work. But if you have the time to actually open engagements the way you choose to, I recommend just aiming for any ranged units, any Majoris enemies that could call in at reinforcements. Any enemy that can do that is just an annoyance, so make sure you get that. So, as the sniper, at the end of the day, we are the guy that takes care of any annoyances that come our team's way. Our team will thank us at the end of the day if we do our job right, that's for sure, but it's also up to them to kind of help us where we need it, because we aren't really horde killers. We will specialize in any Majoris, Extremis, Terminus enemies, like I think Terminus enemies could easily be handled by, obviously like heavy and tactical a lot better, but if we are on point as a sniper, your aim is true, you will handle these things pure. Alright? Trust me. But it does come down to teamwork at the end of the day to really settle a match, of course. Nobody can really, other than maybe Bulwark and some other like tacticals, can do it all just by themselves, no problem. Like you kind of have to put in some work, especially on the higher difficulties. You have to be watching out for your teammates. Sometimes they have to watch out for you. So, pretty much, Sniper gets a better Spartan laser, I suppose, and the Predator camo. So, like, why wouldn't you want to try it at the end of the day? It just sounds like the coolest class in terms of what it gets, and aesthetically speaking, it's not that bad. So, go on now, give it a shot one of these days. Maybe you'll like it as much as I did. I ended up enjoying it so much. It's definitely in my top three.